Welcome to your 4x4. We're exploring some of the best destinations just out of Melbourne with an epic 5-day road trip. And this is our final day, cutting through the Otway National Park and heading for the ocean. Your 4x4 is presented by Iveco, Trek, ARB, Cooper, Narva, Piranha, Boss Aluminium, MyCOOLMAN and Patrolapart Navarapart.
The Great Otway National Park spans much of the southwestern coast of Victoria. Containing thousands of hectares of pristine old-world forest, the Otways are a favourite spot for wildlife enthusiasts and four-wheel drivers alike. Around 20,000 years ago, Cape Otway formed part of the land bridge to Tasmania, and the region remained a popular source of food and water for local tribes until the early 1900s. Whalers and sealers were hunting their quarry as early as 1850. Most of Cape Otway is now designated National Park that rubs shoulders with the world-famous Great Ocean Road. Our Otway adventure starts just north of the town of Forest at Nick and Dave's family farm, the home of the White Rhino and a number of other outlandish machines.
What an invention! Hey, to build something like that. Oh, that was just mind-blowing. I can't believe it. I did it. Yeah, felt like flying.
It's time to get going and one of the guys is still asleep. Let's go wake him up. Hey! See the sticker on your car?
Yeah.
Full drive TV?
Oh, we're doing that.
We've got to go full driving.
Let's go.
We had a bit of a slow start today. You know, we got out of camp reasonably early. We went and spent a bit of money in a small town there called Forest. That was great. I love putting money into local communities. We've been through an interesting year and there's certainly a lot out there that are struggling. To get out there and spend money in small towns especially is very important.
Good morning everybody and welcome to the Otways.
Morning, Simon.
Good morning.
Morning Simon. How beautiful is the scenery through here, back into the tree ferns, just love it.
It's totally different to where we've been. It's been awesome to see the mountain ranges, the rocks, fauna.
Some of the forest inside here is so old, it just amazes you when you walk in.
Some of the trees have trunks. 4 or 5 people can't surround it.
Only about an hour and a half from the Melbourne CBD. Yeah, we're so lucky.
You can almost smell the sea air from where we are.
Being close to the ocean, nice gentle breeze, be lovely and cool.
Because the tyres are warm, so ideally I want them about 18, but they're already warm, so we'll drop it down to 20.
Simon, what can we expect today?
Well, I reckon it's going to be a little bit muddy. Nothing I love more, mate.
Yay, looking forward to that.
The Otways. It's the Otways. It's always wet.
Go on the mud will be funny, you think so? No. You're going to see plenty of mud today.
We've got the big white rhino on the tail, just in case we get into something that's too tight, it's easier for him to back out without shuffling vehicles around. Breaker. Go ahead.
What's happened?
Unfortunately, one of the crew members has been bitten by something. She thought it might have been a spider. So we've just got her off the hill down into a safe spot and assessing it, getting some ice on it, trying to stop the swelling. Bit of investigation from where she was standing and discovered a bit of a bull ant's nest. lucky in this sense that it's just a bull ant bite. For all we know, it could have been a snake, could have been a redback, whitetail, you just never know. Be careful out there, carry safety gear, that's the key to being safe out here.
Yeah, Simon, there's some really handy things. I think the most important thing you could ever carry with you is an EPIRB. Other stuff like snake bite kit, your first aid kit, all that stuff's crucial. If you're traveling on your own solo, trip plan, letting someone else know that's not with you, that's where you're going to rendezvous, where you're going to pinpoint yourself.
So we're at the top of Cowley Track in the Otways.
Do you think the white rhino would get down there?
No problem at all. Yeah. But a little bit concerned on the climb back out again because it's a lot of close bracket and stuff, and I don't know if we want to scratch it up.
Goodbye from the white rhino. We've had an absolute ball, but I've got to get back to Melbourne.
Apparently we're coming into a really steep descent.
And people are expecting it to be wet. I think because it is so steep and it's been a bit warm, it'll be dry.
Well, I'm a little bit nervous. Looking forward to this trek.
Otways is awesome. I've done the Otways a couple of weeks ago with Simon, and it was good to get back out here. Nowhere near as muddy as it was a few weeks ago.
I'll tell you what, this hill would be horrific in the wet.
Came down the descent, it wasn't too bad, certainly very steep. Yeah, I was quite happy with that. Got to the bottom without any incidents.
It was a nice steep track, lots of traction out here today.
So far all good, it went pretty smooth, feel much more confident now.
Dropped off the high point and back into the ruts, and yeah, felt the rear wheels lift up.
Well, I would not want to fall into that rut there.
Cowley Link track, expecting a lot worse, but it certainly has dried out. They've had a bit of rain.
Well, it was cool, a little bit of wheel lift.
Drier than the last time I did it, even though we've had a lot of rain. Extremely steep.
Hang on, Simon, I'll give you a hand. You're getting out the lunch. Here, Marie, you want to get the lunch out?
Get the lunch out.
Oh yeah!
Hang on, I'll just turn on the compressor.
Drinking already, Matt.
Don't film me. I'm not drinking. Pepsi.
Clean, clear water, really tall ferns, greenery everywhere.
Ferns, lush undergrowth, just something we haven't seen in the previous 4 forests. Got the old Hilux out today. It's got a fair bit done to it and it's pretty capable off-road. I've put some roof bars in the canopy and I've got the swags on the top. For the tyres, I've got the Mickey Thompson ATZ P3s. On the front I've got the ARB bull bar, bash plate, and I've also got the ARB recovery point. Dual batteries, both in the engine bay. And what I've learned from previous trips and from my colleagues, it's really helped me set my vehicle up for these type of trips. I've got everything that I really need, which is great.
And a slippery rocky climb to come out, just beautiful. Quite overgrown, but plenty of room for the big Iveco.
Here we go.
This track had everything on it, from steep descents, water. For me, the best day in the trip.
Oh wow, steep climb.
Well, the track's been closed for the wet season and it's only just opened up, so we're going to be one of the first groups to actually go down it.
We've seen today a lot of tracks that haven't had much use recently. We want to see these tracks getting used and people out and about enjoying themselves.
For me, the biggest variation has been between Mount Cole and where we are now, the Otways. 2 hour drive apart, but in terms of the vegetation, the terrain, the geology, totally different.
The Otways will trump all of the other forests in one condition, and that's mud. The Otways gets a massive amount of rain. It's usually very green, it's usually very lush, but you'll always find a mud hole.
Trailer.
I think I'll take this right line. Never assume that an area may be quite safe. Don't go the right.
5 minutes into Curtis track and we have already come unstuck. Bottomless mud that just sucks your diffs down. Big bosses come through, we're going to winch them out. Let's get into it.
Yeah, it works.
No one wants to get stuck, but at the same time, when we've got all these amazing vehicles with us, everybody's always able to get out.
That was about 1.5 meters of mud, which was hidden underneath just a little bit of water. It just went in.
Look, we could fish here.
So he said that's water and then that's mud. I know.
You know what the real reason is? That's not his car.
Yeah, he just wants to trash
Jason's car. So.
He doesn't care what he does with it.
Watching the Boss 6x6 winch out mark was probably the highlight of my day. There's something about winching that I really enjoy.
So Maria's first recovery. She got to drive the vehicle to help pull the Cooper's car out.
Can't even see the guy.
It was cool.
It just goes to show how innocuous little holes are. You can really get trapped if you're on your own, you're in real trouble. Very, very careful, and it's much better to have a group of people around that have experienced and know what they're doing.
Hey, don't let the water come back.
The only option here is accelerate, 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 accelerate.
Whoa, we made it.
Prado drives straight through. I think I might try something different.
Well, if nothing else, I thought it was worth a go.
I think I'll get a nice tidy line through the left. Make sure that I keep up the momentum.
Here we go.
Overheating transmission. That's what the dashboard's telling us, so we'll let it cool down for a few minutes and fingers crossed we can drive it out soon.
Right, James, what are you expecting?
Mud everywhere.
Mud? Let's go.
I hit my head.
My co-driver's a little bit inexperienced, and he said to me, right over left hard into 70 crest over caution, caution, right hard turn left over 40.
Looks like that left line was really good, guys. Yep, 4 cars took the left line and 3 of them have got flat tyres.
So we've got a bent rim on the Iveco. We've got the Hilux leaking here with Piranha, the Raptor leaking with Narva. Trek's got a rear right leak.
Simon, what are you doing putting trees inside my tyre?
Holy hell, Mike, no wonder it's leaking. Jeez. So we're now trying to get the air out of the tyres, break that bead, clean them out and keep going because we're down now on the bottom of the valley floor. We're at the creek crossing, and from here it's all up.
We had a big chunk of bark stuck in the bead area. So what we did, we aired it down. We've used a couple of screwdrivers to ply the tyre away from the bead and be able to clear the bark. We're going to pump it up now, and then we'll just do a bit of a check with a bit of water and see if that sealed the problem.
So here we go again, our third tyre we're repairing now. We've let all the pressure out, and that's going to allow us to break this bead a little bit, get in here and get out all of this stuff. More bark, more timber, more wood, more splinters, more mud. Let's see how that goes. We've just made it down to the creek at the bottom of Curtis Track, and this is just stunning. This is prehistoric. The water, the rocks, the ferns, and some really old growth trees that are just amazing.
I'm going to give it a bit of momentum as I get into it because I don't know how soft this is. Here I go. Ready for it? Give it. Got through good.
Out the other side is a nice easy climb. I dare say there's a few challenges in store for us though, as we climb our way out of Curtis Track.
Definitely a little bit overgrown through here.
Very overgrown. When you get down the bottom of those hills, it's mud. It always is. Awesome, wouldn't expect anything less from the Otways. Mud, mud, mud.
All right, another stinky Otway mud hole. Dragging that poor trailer through.
I just saw Simon's trailer almost tip over then.
That is cool.
So I've been trying to find out what this funny noise is coming from the back of the vehicle every time we go over a bump, and I just found it. We've snapped the upper arm off the trailer right here at the chassis mount. Interesting predicament.
When things don't go to plan, it's actually part of the fun. It's part of the adventure. It'd probably be a little bit less exciting if you weren't having to fix things out on the track. Simon's trailer, that could have ended bad, but we were able to rig something up and make it usable, and now, you know, we'll be able to get home.
Is that it?
Sort of. Not really, but...
Right, you finish it. Tag team, you're in.
We can't wait to see the ocean. And after all these forests, coming back to the ocean, what a delight.
Into day 5, we're about 5 kilometres from hitting bitumen, and that's it. And then we'll split up and go our separate ways, unfortunately.
I've been dying to see the coast.
Yeah, it'd be nothing better than heading down the mountain and then meeting the ocean. That's why we love it down here, because literally mountains meet the ocean, and it doesn't get any better than that.
The coast road is world renowned. It's something that's absolutely spectacular. The panoramic views across the valleys and then the mountains off into the ocean. Looking forward to finishing off there and then driving back home up the coast. It's going to be amazing.
We are so lucky to have all of this just within 1 hour, 2 hours of Melbourne. You have some of the best four-wheel driving you can experience in the country.
Coming out of lockdown, visiting state forests that some I hadn't visited before was really just awesome, and great to get out and enjoy the beautiful outdoor life that we have on our doorstep.
We had a very diverse group of people here this week. We had all things from Simon, obviously, in the Iveco. We had the Boss 6x6, all the way down to a standard Prado with MyCOOLMAN. I've made some new friends this week. It's been awesome. I think overall, we've all just had a really good time.
And Mike cooking and catering for everyone is just unreal. So to Mike, thank you very much, mate. You're a dead set legend.
We've had some great new people on board. We've had Maria and Dave from Boss Aluminium. We've had the guys from MyCOOLMAN, Andreas and Lisa. Absolutely ripper tracks to take new people out into and say, hey guys, have a look at this.
End of our trip, unfortunately. It won't be too long and we'll be out and about again. See you on the screen soon.